What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Magic Game World. Now, if you're anything like me, there's just something about historical games that hits a little differently. The grit, the sound of a bolt-action rifle, that feeling of being right in the middle of a moment that changed the world. It just never gets old. And honestly, looking at what's hitting our screens this year, we are absolutely spoiled for choice. We've got some massive titles on the horizon, from squad-based shooters to high-stakes naval sims, and I wanted to break down the ones you definitely need to have on your radar. Kicking things off, we have a title that's been sitting at the top of everyone's wish list for a minute now, Brass Rain. It's slated for this December, and it's shaping up to be the ultimate World War II co-op experience. What's really cool about this one is that it's all about the crew. You aren't just some lone wolf running around, you're part of a team. Whether you're storming the beaches as infantry, manning a Sherman tank, or acting as a gunner in a massive bomber over the Pacific, you've got a job to do. It's got both PvP and PvE, so you can squad up with your friends against the AI or test your luck against other players. The devs are going all in on the authenticity with the weapons and uniforms, so if you want that full land, sea, and air experience, this is the one. Speaking of air combat, if you've ever wanted to feel the actual adrenaline of a dogfight from the pilot seat, you've got to check out Aces of Thunder. This is a VR flight sim built for the latest headsets, but don't worry, it does have a regular flat screen mode if you're a classic PC sim fan. It's built on the physics from War Thunder, so you know the flight models are going to be top tier. You'll be hopping into iconic birds like the P-51 Mustang, but they're also giving us a rare chance to fly great war machines like the Red Baron's Fokker DR-1. Being able to actually walk around your hangar in VR and see these planes up close is just on another level for both World War I and World War II fans. Now, if you want your World War II with a bit more of a cinematic blockbuster feel, Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is going to be right up your alley. Set in occupied Paris, this one is being led by Amy Hennig, who, if you didn't know, was the brilliant mind behind the Uncharted series. You'll be playing as an ensemble of 4 characters, including Captain America and Azuri, who is the World War II-era Black Panther. They're forced into this uneasy alliance to stop Hydra, and the visuals we've seen so far are just stunning. It honestly looks like a high-budget war movie that you actually get to play. It's coming out later this year, and I'm genuinely curious to see how they blend that superhero action with the grit of 1943. If you prefer your history straight up and a bit more brutal, we're heading back to the Great War with Gallipoli. This is the 4th entry in that famous World War I game series. You might remember Verdun or Isonzo. This time, they're shifting the focus away from the Western Front to the Ottoman fronts. We're talking about those relentless beach landings with the Anzacs and desert warfare in Mesopotamia. It's a grounded, methodical shooter where your role actually matters. If you're a stretcher bearer, you're literally keeping your squad in the fight. It's a deep dive into a part of World War I that doesn't get nearly enough love in gaming. But maybe you don't want to be just one soldier. Maybe you want to run the whole show. That's where Sudden Strike 5 comes in. For the armchair generals, this is real-time tactics on a massive scale. We're talking over 300 units across 25 missions in Europe and North Africa. One minute you're rushing the bridge at Remagen, and the next you're managing supply lines and choosing the right commander for a massive tank push. It's got the highest unit count the series has ever seen, and the strategic freedom they're giving you to tackle objectives is pretty wild. Now, if that scale is a bit too big and you want something more surgical, you've got to look at Recon 1944. This is an isometric tactics game with a huge emphasis on stealth. You're commanding a small squad of Soviet scouts in East Prussia right before the big Red Army offensive. You've got a diverse crew like a Taiga Hunter Sniper and a Baltic Fleet Marine, and you have to use a tactical pause to sync up your moves for silent takedowns. You're behind enemy lines, resources are scarce, and winter is closing in. It's all about outsmarting the enemy when you're completely outnumbered.
Moving from the forests to the wide open Pacific, we have Task Force Admiral, Volume 1, American Carrier Battles. And guys, mark your calendars, because this one actually drops in just a few days, on January 27th. This is a serious naval command sim. It's not a click fest. It's a realistic 3D look at carrier command in 1942. You can play it from a god's eye view or dive right into the first-person perspective as the Admiral. With nearly 100 ship classes and 40 types of aircraft, it's one of the most authentic naval games I've ever seen. No dice rolls here, just real-time crisis management as you try to outmaneuver the Japanese Navy. Finally, we have something for the tabletop fans. Bolt Action is the digital version of the world-famous tabletop game. It's a turn-based strategy game that really captures that easy-to-learn, hard-to-master vibe. You'll be leading US, British, or German forces through the hedgerows of France, using systems like morale and pinning to get the upper hand. My favorite part is the Army Painter, which lets you customize the look of your units while staying true to their World War II roots. It's a perfect way to experience the tabletop tactics without having to lug around a bunch of miniatures. So that's the lineup. 8 massive titles that are going to keep us busy all through the year. But I want to hear from you guys. Which one are you grabbing first? Are you waiting for Task Force Admiral next week? Or are you holding out for those VR dogfights? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to Magic Game World, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming deep dives. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the battlefield.